Hello. Welcome to the audio version of Trip Sitter by Joey Z. Please relax. Lay down or something. Unless you are driving while listening. Please pay attention to the road if you're driving. But if you're riding with someone else who's driving, then go nuts. You deserve it. You all deserve it. Being alive in the world today is no easy task. Every now and then it's nice to just take a second and soak it all in. Breathe in. Oh shit, was that a seagull? Nice. Yeah, let's get like an ocean thing going here. Yeah, there it is. Alright, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. This feels nice. You deserve nice. You deserve a couch to lay down on or a good chair. Is that slacks you have on? Or denim? No, no, no. And a button up with a collar? Put something on with an elastic waistband. And your favorite worn out band t-shirt. Be free. Be uncontained. What's that? Oh, you're at work? Just trying to kill some time listening to an experimental comedy project? Fair enough. No need to take your pants off to enjoy Trip Sitter. No need to get written up at the office. Again. So, in whatever attire that you choose, please for the next 40-ish minutes enjoy the audio version of Trip Sitter. You might get thirsty. Water is always a good choice. But sometimes it's nice to have something fun like grape soda. Snacks are also very important in this life. May I suggest some kind of popsicle or sorbet? Nothing salty or too dry. A bowl of mixed fruit is also a personal favorite. I myself have raspberry sorbet and a bowl with strawberries and blueberries next to me. Just begging to be enjoyed. All the fruits are glistening like jewels from being freshly washed. I'm very excited to end this narration and enjoy my snacks and beverages and listen along with you. I'm always with you. I am so proud of you. You are loved. This is a dream. Thank you and enjoy your listening experience.
Oh man, yeah, the giraffe's neck, it goes up and around and oh man.
Mike, the giraffe is a freaky animal with a weird neck. But keep it together, man. We don't want to, freak out these people and get kicked out of the zoo. Very embarrassing. So just breathe and have a good time. looking at the monkeys. Oh, I'm looking at them too long, man. Oh, it's kind of freaking me out. Oh, man, not you too.
Yeah, man, like, how many years ago was that us?
What? What did you say?
I said, how many more years ago was that us?
Yes, you you worded that rather weirdly. That sounds crazy, man.
Hey, man, hey, shut up, man. Hey, come on, man. Okay, I get it, yeah, but hey, come on, man. All right.
Hey, let's keep it together. Come on, let's try the aquarium. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
aquarium.
yeah,
That'd be
all
great.
right,
Go to the
come on.
aquarium, yeah. Whoa, dude, look at that fish. Whoa, beautiful. So blue.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that music? Yeah. Yup. Take it in, boys. Take it in and enjoy the fish.
Whoa.
Yeah. Wow. So beautiful. Oh my
Whoa,
God.
whoa, what's
Oh my
going on?
God.
What's going on?
Here, hold on. Come on. Here, I got us.
What in the hell is going on in here?
We're in the zoo, sir, officer. We're enjoying the zoo.
This bathroom has been locked now for damn near 30 minutes. There's a line out there of folks waiting to get in, and we all just hear you laughing and moaning in there. What in the hell is going on?
What?
You are in the bathroom at the entrance of the zoo.
Whoa, what?
And boys, your pupils are the size of dinner plates. Have y'all been staring at the animals painted on this bathroom mural, thinking you were in the zoo the whole time?
We
Oh my God, dude, we were.
That
Yeah.
explains why the elephant was
Whoa.
like,
You know,
and yeah.
Oh my God, dude,
Hey,
we
hey,
were.
now, boys, settle down here. Now, I used to follow the dead back in the day until I met Yolanda, flipped my life around. So, I won't tattle on y'all's little trip.
Well, a cool security guard. Don't get that often.
Whoa, man, thanks.
But get the hell on out of here. Folks need to piss and shit.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
thank you,
sir.
sir.
Excuse me.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Have fun, boys. And hey, don't freak out. I can't be your trip sitter today.
Anyone here ever done acid at the zoo? No? If you think you got a good handle on this reality, I got one recommendation for you to do acid at the zoo. There's no telling what you're capable of achieving, right? If you can get that done, it's like you're capable of anything, my God. Actually, the best part about doing LSD at the zoo is leaving the zoo and then like going downtown and realizing he never left the zoo at all. Whoa. I was hanging out with my good buddy Clay outside this little town called Ceresco. And when you're like a teenager in a little town in Nebraska, there's not too much to do but to drink, drink. Started like blacking out at parties when I was like 16 years old. their parents would leave and the kids would throw a big old party at their farmtown and that in their farmhouse. And that's what was happening this night. Ryan's parents left him alone, and he threw a party at his house. My friend Clay lived a little close by, and we drove on up to the party. And this party was packed. As we walked up, there were cars going all the way up the little dirt road to his house. There's hundreds of teens just running around. It was crazy. And I was a little socially shy at the time, didn't know too many people. I had a backpack on. I was clinking around with Mike's Hard Lemonade at the time. Yes, that's what I was drinking. That's what I was first getting drunk on. My friend Clay came up to me and he was like, hey, you want to smoke some weed? And I already turned him down a couple times already at some other previous party. And I was like, let's do it. This will be the time, We went out and met with his friend JIMI. JIMI, who smoked us out. JIMI is a classic good first stoner to smoke with. Love JIMI. Repping JIMI. He had a bowl cut, a lip ring, and then one of those drug rug hoodies on. You guys know what those? Yeah. So it was really thick yarn just all the way around, just like 2 loops and they're done. I don't know how those didn't fall apart. But he smoked us out and had apple in a pipe going around in the car. And people say you don't feel it your first time. I felt it. It felt great. I was having a good time. Went back into the party. All of a sudden I was Mr. Finger Guns. I was making friends with everyone. There's a bowl of fruit inside of the kitchen, and I was like trying to juggle it, but I didn't know how to juggle. I was just throwing fucking fruit all over the goddamn place. There had a bunch of peaches in there. I love peaches, so I stole a bunch of them, put them in my backpack, was walking around the party, eating them, talking to people. My friend Clay pushes me into this room and shuts the door. And in that room, there's this girl from a school close by that liked me at the time, and I could not put 2 and 2 together. I was like trying to tug on the door, and it was like locked, and I was like looking at her, and I was like, why did he put us into this room? I was like, that's my best friend. Why is he holding? And she's like, I don't know. And slowly I figured it out, and then we were making out, and I was like, hey, I was a late bloomer in life too, so I hadn't really had much sexual experience, and I was like, I'm high, I'm making out with a girl for the first time, like, this is fun, I'm having a good time. So that's what's happening inside the party. Outside of the party, as it raged on, like I said, I was like, there's a bunch of, young, aggro, little teenage boys at this party. What a lot of aggro, drunk teenage boys like to do. They like to fight. They love fucking fighting. My friend John was in this fight, and even a senior in high school, he was like 6 foot, like 250. He was like state champion wrestler. He's a big fucking dude. He was in a fight. There was like several different fights going on. It was like Children of the Corn Fight Club. It was fucking crazy. John was fighting this guy. He was kicking his ass. He was on top of him, just giving this dude the business. That guy had a friend who was watching this, and what any friend would do, came over to come stop it. And he comes, and my friend John is on top of him. And this guy comes over. He has a steel-toe boot on, and he kicks John in the head. His big gash opens up, blood everywhere, bleeding like crazy. He rolls over, kind of runs away, like off into his vehicle. The party keeps going on for a little bit. And all of a sudden, John comes back, but this time he has a gun. And he shoots it in the air, and the whole party's like, what the fuck? And he starts waving it at everyone. And he's like, someone fucking kicked me in the head. Who fucking kicked me? Who did it? Shoots it in the air again, and everyone starts leaving now. They're scattering, going crazy. My friend Clay sees this, and he's like, we gotta get out of here. Fuck, Joey's still in that room. I gotta go get him. He runs back inside and he bangs on the door and he's like, Joey, we gotta go. And I'm in there and I'm like, go? What are you talking about? I'm having the time of my life in here, man. This is so much fun. He keeps banging on. He's like, we gotta go right now. I'm like, hey man, I'm working on something in here. I've never done it. I don't know what I'm working on, but this is what I'm doing. He was a big guy too, and he broke down the door and he opened it up. And we were both like, oh, clutched our pearls, right? Oh God. And I look behind him, kids are running around like crazy. And he's like, John brought a gun, he's shooting around at kids, we gotta fucking go. And I was like, oh shit, I ran up and left with him. I stopped and I looked at her and I was like, I'll add you on MSN Messenger. And then we dated for 2 months, it was pretty good. So I had my first girlfriend, that's how I dated Sarah Tolkien for 2 months. And we got to his car, and the kids were trying to leave this party in such a crazy. Kids were running into each other. The cars were all fucked up. And my friend Clay was like, I can't drive out of this. We have to just my house is like a mile away, which I have to just walk. We have to just walk, run. And I was like, fine, let's do it. We book it, go down a night gravel road. It's pitch black. He's all sweating, huffing and puffing, freaking out. And I'm just like, that was the best night of my life, Clay. That was the best night of my fucking life. He's like, don't fucking say that. I'm freaking out. I'm like, fine, whatever. I feel like I'm a little hungry. And I remember I had the peaches in my backpack. And I take them out, just like pitch black, and he just hears like, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, peaches from the party. You want some? He hits it out of my hand. He's like, get that out of my fucking face. And I'm like, that was the best night of my life. He's like, stop fucking saying that. God damn. Finally make it back to his place. But like what you do when you're a drunk teenager, you know, you can't just, what he did with his parents, you know, we lied. We said we were going somewhere else. So we can't just show up at like 2, 3 a.m., whatever time it was, drunk and young. So he has a little barn down by his house. We go to crash at the barn, and we get kind of close to the barn, and all of a sudden we hear like a honk. And Clay goes, oh fuck. I'm like, what is that? And we get close and we hear the honk again, and from the corner of the barn, this little goose like sticks its neck around to make a reveal. And he's like, watch out, she's mean. And I'm like, she's mean? What do you mean? Then the goose reveals itself and it spreads its whole wings out, and it's like, wah! And then it just chases after us. And now this goose is just chasing 2 drunk, high teens around the barn at like 3 a.m. We're freaking out, we're running around. We go inside the barn. It goes inside too. And we're like getting backed up against these hay bales. And I'm like, am I gonna like have to fight a goose right now? Like, what the fuck is about to happen? I didn't know what to do. I felt a lump of the peaches out of my backpack, and I take one out. And it's like a David and Goliath moment, kind of, you know? As if Goliath is a small goose, and I'm David, and I'm a drunk teenager. And I throw one of it, and it like hits it in the belly, and it like kind of centers it. And then I feel bad, because I just hit a goose with a peach. And I'm like, fuck, I didn't want to. It kind of looked more pissed off then, too. I was like, and I took another one out, and I bit into it, and I like held it out. And it like looked at me suspiciously, and it got closer, and closer. And then with its little neck, it did like and it grabbed a peach, and then it just scurried off away out of the barn. And we fell asleep on some hay bales. And that was the first time I smoked weed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Crazy story, very odd time.
Children of the Corn Fight Club, John, put down your gun. It's my first time feeling like this. Outside is crazy, but inside I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. Peaches in my backpack, wine coolers clink around, walking down the darkness with my pissed off best friend. This is the greatest night of my life, but I won't say that again. I won't say that again. I'm throwing peaches at a goose, high for the first time. I'm in the country, I'm in the middle of nowhere, USA. I'm feeling twisted, I'm sleeping in a barn tonight. I'm sleeping in a barn tonight.
I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska at a Grateful Dead cover band concert. Yes, pretty on the nose, I know. I'm with these two girlfriends of mine, Mary and Chelsea. Chelsea I was kind of seeing at the time, Mary's like one of her friends. We were there vibing at the concert, then they come over to me and they're like, hey, do you want to go visit our friend Old Man? What the fuck? Go visit our friend Old Man, get some mellow acid, and then go to Mary's house where she has a jacuzzi in the backyard, and we just kind of vibe out. And I was like, hey, two girls, jacuzzi, acid, like mellow, sounds chill, like let's go. Like don't need to pull my arm too hard, like let's fucking do it. So we fucking leave, go to Old Man's house. It's like a 15-minute drive. We get there, we go inside. His whole house looks like this. This is just his whole house, just black light and really bright. And when I got there, we saw Old Man, and I thought I was gonna meet like a fucking Led Zeppelin hermit, like the guy on the fucking hill. I was ready to meet like the Godfather of like acid or something. And Old Man, he was older than me but younger than my father. I was like, this is just some fried out 30-year-old man. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is the build-up was too much, you know. And I was hanging out with Old Man, and the two girls are with his wife, and his wife was trying to sell him these leather-branded crystal bracelets. It was like every vendor you'd see at like a fucking rave or like psych market was that whole house. You know? And acid, Old Man brings out the acid and sugar cubes. He puts sugar cubes down, and sugar cubes is a little hard sometimes because you don't know how much acid is like drenched on it or how many milliliters got dropped on the sugar cube. So I asked Old Man, I go, how much is on this? And he's like, 1 or 10. I was like, what? 1 or 10 what? Like, spray? What do you mean just 1 or 10 But against our better knowledge, it's boom, boom, we ate them. We're hanging out there for a little bit. And then she's like, hey, you want to go to Mary's house now? I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go. Let's fucking do it. And we were hanging out there like 10 minutes. On the drive, it's like 15-minute drive to her place. And if you've done acid before, like, you know, it's like an hour or so. It's like when it's kind of happening, you're like, all right, so this is what my experience is going to be for a while. But like only like 20-some minutes in, I started was looking at my hands weird, seeing things weird, and I was like, uh-oh, this mellow acid might kick my ass, but I'm gonna keep it down, not really tell anyone that I'm kind of having this moment. We get to Mary's house. She kind of struggles getting in the door a little bit, but she like kind of kicks it in a weird way. We get in, go in the backyard, there's a jacuzzi, we don't have any swimsuits, so we all just skinny dip, and we hop in there. And now the acid is actually really like kicking in, even though it's only been like 40 minutes. Like the water looks like mercury. It is like a shimmering fucking lake. And they have like this wooded little fence in the backyard, the trees around it. The trees are fucking just bending, going fucking nuts. And I'm like losing my mind. I'm looking at them, they're laughing on me. And perception on acid is very weird. I thought they were looking at me like, I've done acid before, but this is my first time having like really good acid, but it's mellow to them. So they're chill, but I'm really losing it, and now they have to like babysit me, trip sit me. So I was kind of like being real quiet, but little did I know they were really tripping too, so they were being quiet too. So it's just 3 naked people in a jacuzzi just awkwardly looking at each other and giggling to themselves. It was so fucking weird, till finally one of them just goes like, I'm fucking tripping my balls off right now. And I was like, okay, thank God, we're all losing our minds in this collectively together. And then Mary's like, yeah, we probably shouldn't even be here. And I was like, we shouldn't be anywhere in life, you know? How do we get to one place to the other? Life's crazy, you know? And she's like, no, we really shouldn't be here. This isn't my house. What? She said, this is my friend's house, and they're in Denver for the weekend, and I know if you kind of just jimmy their front door in a way, you kind of get in, and this is kind of how I use their jacuzzi when they're not around. And I'm like, all right, fucking great. Breaking and entering on acid with these girls. Like, okay, now we really got to get out of here. I was like, let's fucking dry off. We can't fucking dry. I'll call one of my friends to come fucking pick us up or something. So I make it my mission to go get us towels. Now I'm in this person's house, just naked, dripping wet, walking around in the darkness, just opening any cabinet, any door, grabbing anything that's towel-shaped, towel-formed, like napkins. Fucking, at one point I grab a rug, and I'm like, yeah, this is fine, I'll fucking use this. At one point I'm in this hallway, and the door's open, I'm fucking digging through this closet in the hallway, and I like hear like a ear down the hallway, and I look over, and this door opens, and a little old lady steps out. Yes. And she goes, kind of scared, hello? I must have looked insane, just a naked man, and I didn't help, I hear it, and I said, ah! I'm scared, I didn't know that, and I scared her, she's like, ah, and I fucking run out of there with what towels I had. The girls are like halfway out of the jacuzzi, and I'm like, there's an old lady inside. They're like, what? I'm like, there's an old lady inside, fucking snap out of it, we gotta fucking go. The grandma didn't go on the vacation, I guess. She was still in the fucking house. So we grabbed our pants and our clothes and our shit, we run to the fence with the towels and shit, we throw it over, hop the fence, pick the shit back up, run down the street. Now it's just 3 naked, wet people screaming their minds off, holding their clothes, running down a suburb in South Lincoln, Nebraska. And we're like, fucking like, we gotta get out of here somehow. Like, we gotta reconvene, regroup, do something. We see a park, and we're like, fine, the park's a good place. Put our clothes on, call a friend. As we get close to the park, we see there's people at the park mingling around. This is like fucking late now, 3, 4 a.m. And we're like, oh no, who's at the park late at night? Probably bad guys, you know, like scary people. We're like, oh no, what should we fucking do? And there's like 10 of them there. We're like, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna like get close to us, attack us or something? But here's the thing, if you're screaming and yelling and naked, running at a park in the middle of the night, whoever's at that park is gonna leave. You're gonna blame them. They took one look at us, they're like, shit, they fucking all fucking booked it out of there. We took over the park, staked our flag, I was the mayor, it was a good little civilization. So we got our clothes on. I was fucking missing my shirt. I just had my shorts on. Luckily, still my wallet, keys, and phone, thank God. The girls, like, they didn't have their shirts. They were still in bras. Like, one was missing pants. I was like, we look so fucking crazy. It's like, we gotta get out of here. I was like, let me call my friend to come get us. And also, I don't know if you ever use your phone while you're on acid, but it's fucking impossible. It was fucking like a waterfall. It's like all the colors like falling down at my feet. The buttons are going into the sky. I was like, this is fucked up. I eventually find my best friend Nolan. I was like, I call him, and he doesn't fucking answer. I'm like, God damn it. And I call his roommate eventually. He answers. He's so tired when he answers. He's like, hello? And I'm just like, hey, Derek, what's going on? He's like, what the fuck? He's like, what are you doing? What time is it? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's really late. I forgot. I'm sorry, I'm so chipper. I'm like, I'm on a bunch of acid with some girls in this park, and we're fucked. We did a fucked up thing, and we need some help. Can you come get us? And like the brave, nice guy Derek is, he's like, yeah, I'll come get you guys. And I'm like, oh, thank God. He goes, drop me your pin on your location and I'll come get you. I'm like, God, fuck, yes. And now I'm back in my phone and I'm like flying down the streets of Lincoln. I'm like, God, I'm like, can't you just know where I'm at? He's like, I don't know, fucking, you're in the south suburbs of Lincoln Park? He's like, I don't know, I'm not fucking just driving around South Lincoln suburbs until I eventually fucking find 3 wet fucking psycho people out of heart. I'm like, fine, I'll fucking eventually do it. And I did. I found it. Took me a long ass time, but I copied and pasted my pin, sent it to him. Felt like I was waiting forever. I called him back and I was like, hey man, you close by? And he's like, it's been 3 fucking minutes. He's like, I'm about to get in my car. I'm like, hey, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, perception acid, it's crazy. He eventually comes, picks us up, fucking takes us away. And he lives with my friend Nolan, and they've tripped before, and they know how to set good moods, and we like walked in there, and they had like nice ambient music playing, like sleeping bags and pillows all on the floor, little glow sticks like broken around everywhere. It's such a great environment from coming from that shit show. When we each all sat down, we were all just like, oh my God, like that was fucking crazy. Then the morning came, some guys came, picked up the girls, they went away. But that acid was so strong. I stayed at that house the entire next day, just kind of reevaluating my whole life. I had these gross little white guy dreads at the time. Yeah, I was one of those hippie guys. I was in it to win it. I was trying way too fucking hard. I looked at myself for long enough in the mirror and I was like, these gotta get shaved now. So I had my friend Nolan shaved them off. Nikki, hit the slide. And this is a photo. This is it. This is that the next day. This is my towel that I have around my neck that I stole from the house. Don't know where my shirt is. That's my freshly shaved head. This is Derek, who can't pick me up. This is my good buddy Nolan. This is my friend Spencer when I did this show in St. Louis. And I did this tour, Chicago, Omaha, and St. Louis. I saw all the guys. They all heard the story. It was fun. So these are the guys that saved my life. Give it up for them for fucking taking out.
Last time I did LSD, I was in this wooded forest area with a couple of my friends. And my buddy Brad, he was not having a good time, and Brad just took off. He ran, and he did track in high school. He's fast as shit. We were like, God, he's gone. It was scary. We were like calling out his name. I saw a deer, and I was like, excuse me, do you work here? Officer, we need some help. So we start calling out his name. We were like, Brad. But because of the phonics of how his name sounds and the LSD, Brad slowly just morphed into Bad. Yeah. And then we all pretended to act like sheep. We all got on the ground and we were like, Bad, Bad. It was a beautiful moment. I took myself out of it to like look at my friends doing this, and I'm like, humans as adults, we don't play anymore. We don't use our imagination. We don't you can free your mind from this construct at any time you want, When's the last time you pretended to be a goddamn animal, This is just genuine, pure fun we're having. I was just like lost looking at my friends having a good time. I was like, there's Mamie, there's Jane, there's Brad. Brad? How long have you been here? been doing this whole thing for you. Oh, what a trip. What a trip.
Wow.